Hello, lovely human. It's the 1st of November, and I'm here today with another SMS, 7-minute soundbite about friendships. I was very taken by an observation that a lady by the name of Darshana made to me in the process of my interview for my upcoming book. And she said something about how humans obviously are infallible in many ways, but when it comes to emotional availability, I'm paraphrasing a little bit here, but we were talking about how we take a risk on people when we allow them into our lives, when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable with them, where we perhaps have expectations of these people being there for us when we need them. And she made a very interesting point about how her risk aversion plays out in her not putting all of her eggs into a single friendship basket. Now, what I mean by that is that if you have just one really good friend, or you have maybe a handful of very, very dear friends on whom you rely completely for, your comfort, consolation when things are wrong, for your fun, basically where they become an integral part of your emotional well-being. And her point was, well, what if that relationship breaks down, or what if that person is not available for me? It's a big risk to rely on just one person or just two people. So what she did was she realized it made sense to have different friends who have a different role in her life. So there are some friends who are her best friends that she grew up with, and who are the people she would turn to when very significant things happen in her life. But there might be some other things where she has other friends. And I think this is a great strategy. And unbeknownst to me, I have been doing this pretty much all my life. And I have friends from the many different chapters of my life. I went to school in different places when I was growing up. So I've been to a number of different schools. So I have people I have come to know or had in my life at different stages of my own development. And this is great, because what that means is that I don't have one best friend. I have a number of friends who are best for me at different points in my life. And this is great, because I don't put a huge amount of burden on any one of them, because after all, we go through stuff, and we might have a time in our lives when we really need a good friend, and who that good friend is going to be in that time is revealed to me somehow, and that person then is a huge part of my dealing with that situation at that time. And then when that time passes, we may sort of just have a little bit of space from one another, and that's okay too. So I think it's allowing the relationships, the friendships, to ebb and flow in a very natural way, and not impose things that can be too burdensome, and therefore cause that relationship to come under pressure and break. So on that line of thinking, today I met up with two of my lovely friends from a time when I was a student at university, which seems like an impossibly long time ago. And it was wonderful to meet up with them, to sort of pick up where we left off the last time we met. And I think this is what is a sign of a healthy relationship, friendship, that no matter how much time has gone since you were last with them, that when you meet, it feels like that intervening period just melts away, and you can just pick up where you are or where you left off. So that's kind of my message about friendship today, that we are blessed to make friends, you know, through our entire life. I think people who believe that you only ever make friends when you're young, and then as you get older it's harder to make friends, well, maybe it's true for some people, but that's not been my experience. I think if we go into any stage of our life and be open to receiving the you know, whatever the universe has to offer, whether it's a stranger who then becomes a friend because there's some common ground or some interest that we share, I think that's welcome. And it does not in any way need to feel like we're displacing somebody who's already a big part of our lives. Because, you know, there is so much room in our hearts, there's so much room in our lives to have different people who serve a different purpose, who come in with a slightly different role, for whom we are serving a purpose and we have a role to play, and to just go with the flow and really be there for one another when we can. So I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend. It's still Diwali, there's still some fireworks around here where I live, and I wish you some beautiful friendships, and may you really be there for one another in good times and in the not so good times. Lots of love, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.